Have you ever paused to consider how art shapes society, how it reflects our emotions, our struggles, our triumphs? It's more than just an expression of the artist's soul or a pleasing aesthetic for the viewer's eyes. Art is a powerful tool for communication, a catalyst for societal change. It's a language that transcends borders and barriers, echoing the voices of the unheard, the marginalized. Throughout history, artists have used their works to challenge norms, to question the status quo, to inspire change. They've painted pictures of revolutions, sculpted the faces of resilience, penned down stories of bravery and resilience. Art is not just about beauty, it's about meaning. It's about making a statement, starting a conversation. Art in its various forms serves as a mirror to society, reflecting our reality and often envisioning a better world. Let's travel back in time to the late 19th century, when artists began to use their works as a form of social commentary. Picture this. It's the late 1800s. The world is changing rapidly. The Industrial Revolution is in full swing and society is in flux. It was during this time that artists began to use their brushstrokes, not just to create beauty, but to make a statement, to critique, and to challenge the status quo. Take Honoré Daumier, for instance, a French artist and printmaker known for his satirical caricatures of political figures and the bourgeoisie. His work was daring, it was bold, and it was a direct commentary on the society he lived in. Daumier's art was not just about aesthetics, but about making people think, making them question the world around them. And then there was Edouard Manet. Manet, the man who bridged the gap between realism and impressionism. His works were controversial, provocative, and they challenged the norms of his time. His painting The Luncheon on the Grass depicted a naked woman casually lunching with two fully dressed men, scandalizing the art world and society alike. This was not just a painting, it was a statement on the hypocrisy and double standards of the time. These artists, among many others, used their art to spark conversations, to stir up emotions, and to cause people to question their beliefs and attitudes. Their works were not just about pleasing the eye, but about stirring the mind and the heart. They challenged societal norms, they critiqued the status quo, and they dared to imagine a different world. So, you see, art is not just about creating beauty, it's about expressing ideas, challenging norms, and sparking change. It's about daring to imagine a different world and having the courage to express that vision. These artists of the late 19th century didn't just create art, they started a revolution. These artists laid the groundwork for art as a form of protest and social commentary. Fast forward to the mid-20th century, a time marked by war, civil rights movements, and social unrest. It was a time of turbulence, but it was also a time of immense creativity. Artists found themselves in the heart of this storm, using their art as a form of protest, as a means of communication, and as a beacon of hope. Consider the Spanish painter Pablo Picasso. He was a man who needed no introduction. His name was synonymous with innovation and rebellion. Picasso was deeply affected by the Spanish Civil War, and in response, he created one of his most famous works, Guernica. This massive mural depicted the horrors of war, the innocent lives lost, and the devastation brought upon the town of Guernica. Picasso's Guernica was more than just a painting. It was a powerful statement, a cry for peace that echoed around the world. Now, let's travel across the Atlantic to the United States, where another artist was using his talent to influence public opinion. Norman Rockwell, an American painter and illustrator, was best known for his cover illustrations of everyday life scenarios for the Saturday Evening Post. During the Civil Rights Movement, Rockwell painted The Problem We All Live With. This painting depicted a young African-American girl walking to school, escorted by federal marshals, symbolizing the struggle for racial equality. Rockwell's painting became an emblem of the civil rights movement, inspiring a nation to strive for change. Art in the mid-20th century was no longer just about aesthetics. It was about making a statement. It was about stirring emotions and provoking thought. Artists like Picasso and Rockwell used their art to comment on the world around them, to challenge the status quo, and to inspire change. They transformed their canvases into platforms for dialogue, for protest, and for peace. Art became a powerful tool for social change, a voice for the voiceless. In our contemporary world, art continues to be a potent force for social change. Now, let's delve into the realm of contemporary activism through art, where artists like Ai Weiwei and Banksy are leaving indelible marks. Ai Weiwei, a name that echoes with defiance against government oppression in China, uses his art to challenge the status quo and advocate for human rights. His works, such as the sunflower seeds, an installation of millions of hand-painted porcelain seeds, are not just aesthetically pleasing, but also carry a deep socio-political commentary. They signify the mass production and loss of individuality in China's rapidly modernizing society. By creating these powerful symbols, Ai Weiwei has sparked global conversations about freedom, identity, and the human condition. On the other side of the world, we have Banksy, the elusive street artist whose identity remains a mystery, but whose art is instantly recognizable. Banksy's murals pop up on the walls of cities around the globe, always ready to hold a mirror up to society. His work often comments on issues like economic inequality, war, and environmental destruction. The Girl with a Red Balloon, for instance, presents a stark image of hope amidst despair, compelling us to reflect on the world around us. Banksy's art encourages us to question, to challenge, and to act. These artists, and many others like them, are not just creators, they are catalysts. Their art is not confined to galleries and museums, but spills over into the streets, the internet, and our collective consciousness. They use their creativity to inspire conversations, to provoke thought, and to stimulate action. They remind us that art is not passive, but active. It's not just about creating something beautiful, but about making a statement, starting a dialogue, and driving change. Artists today continue to use their works as a form of protest and advocacy, proving that art is as relevant as ever. Art is more than just beauty. It's a conversation, a call to action, a reflection of our society. As we journey through the world, we encounter art in various forms and mediums. It speaks to us, it moves us, it shapes our understanding of the world around us. But have you ever paused to ponder over the message behind that captivating sculpture or that mesmerizing painting? There are artists out there who are using their skills, their passion, and their creativity to stir conversations, to challenge norms, and to inspire change. These are the artists who are not just painting pictures, they are painting revolutions. They are not just sculpting figures, they are sculpting ideas. They are not just creating art, they are creating dialogues. As observers, as lovers of art, it is our duty to explore these artists and their works, to delve into the depths of their creations and grapple with the messages they convey, to engage with the discussions they spark, and to lend our voices to their causes. Because art is not a monologue, it's a dialogue. It's a conversation between the artist and the observer, a conversation that has the power to inspire, to provoke, to enlighten. So, make it a point to seek out these artists, to support them, to share their work, to amplify their voices. Be it in the form of a painting, a sculpture, a photograph, or any other medium, each piece of art has a story to tell, a message to share. And by engaging with these messages, by taking part in these conversations, we can help bring about the change these artists are striving for. The power of art lies not just in its beauty, but in its ability to convey powerful messages and inspire social change. And we, as observers, as participants in this grand conversation, hold the power to amplify these messages, to propel these changes. The next time you see a piece of art, look beyond its aesthetics. Listen to its message, engage in the conversation. You just might be inspired to make a change.